and also we're dedicating the shiur Leilu Nishmato, and together with Leilu Nishmat, Devorah Feige Bat Shemuel and Ora Devorah Bat Shemuel, Ruach Hashem, Tenachem Began Eden. Rabotai, the parasha of this week, Parashat Chukat, speaks about something, from one hand, very, very sad for us. Moshe Rabbeinu was told from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to talk to the rock, correct? And instead of talking, he hit it. And by hitting it, he lost the possibility to enter to Eretz Israel. And the Pasuk writes, Yan asher lo emantem bi le'akdisheni, meaning the Borei Olam punished also Moshe and also Aharon. Both of them. Both of them, he punished them because they didn't have enough emunah. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu says. Lo ha'emantem bi le'akdisheni. You didn't have enough emunah, and therefore you're not going to enter to the land of Israel. Rabotai, 515 tefillot Moshe Rabbeinu did. Keminyan v'et Hanan. And he begged to Borei Olam, please let me enter to Eretz Israel, and nothing worked. And the question is, why Borei Olam became so severe? Only because he hit the rock, so what? So what? That's question number one. Question number two. Aharon. What Aharon did? So fine, Moshe and Aharon were supposed to go together. Was the plan of Aharon, to hit the rock? Wasn't his plan. So why Aharon also got punished and got the same type of decree like Moshe Rabbeinu? Rabotai, there are many, many answers. But one of the great answers is, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted Moshe Rabbeinu to talk to the rock. You know why? Am Yisrael, they suffer so much this past parashiyot. They saw how the Meraglim get punished. They saw how Korach Vadatot get punished. They saw how many bad things are going on. They said to themselves, we give up. We give up. Borei Olam doesn't like us. Borei Olam, we're so Rashaim, Merushaim, that we have no chance. Say HaKadosh Baruch Hu to Moshe, please, I want you to talk to the rock. And by talking to the rock, you will see the water can come out from a rock. I want you to give the message that one small action, one small prayer, even from a rock, even from a heart that it's totally rocked hard, even for a person that is totally out, that he feels himself rasha, one prayer, one action can make a whole difference. The Torah can come out. Ve'en ma'im ela Torah. And there is no water besides Torah. That's why the Mefarshim write something amazing. I think it's the Zohar HaKadosh, but I'm not sure. That they said, what was supposed Moshe to say to the rock? What was the phrase that Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to say? What? Rock, rock, bring me water? What was exactly the phrase? Says the Mefarshim, the words that Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to say is Mishnah Ahad, Perek Ehad. Few words of Torah. Something of Divrei Torah that you will take out from your mouth and water can come out. Say Chachamim, because one small Divrei Torah that a Jew will say, one small prayer that a Jew will pray, can make a huge difference in the neshama of the person. Huge difference. And that's, Rabotai, the great sin. I mean, from one hand, the great message. From another hand, the terrible sin of Moshe Rabbeinu. Why Moshe hit the rock? Well, Moshe Rabbeinu didn't understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him to talk to it. Moshe Rabbeinu said before he hit the rock, he says, Shimona Hamorim. I want you to listen. You guys are not, you're troublemakers. Kivyachol, Moshe Rabbeinu didn't believe in the possibility that Am Yisrael in that level can make a change. Such a huge change. That was the sin. And that's why by Aaron was also the same. Yes, Aaron didn't need the rock, but he was together with Moshe with the same thought. Shimuna Amorim. That means how delicate we have to be when we see another Jew that is far in the way of Hashem, that is hard, for him to get closer. Don't judge him. Don't throw him out. All the time, give hope, and you're going to see that with few words of Torah, slowly, you're going to get inside his heart, and the Torah will make the change of that person. Unbelievable. There is a city, it's called Strasbourg, right? There are two places in Strasbourg. There is one in France, and there is one in Germany. Small place in Strasbourg in Germany. There was two Jews, religious Jews from Israel. They decided to go to Germany, to the Kvarot of Tzadikim. There are some Tzadikim in Germany and around the area. One of those Jews, one of those nights, he got a dream. And he sees a person in that dream. And he tells him, I beg you, come to this and this cemetery. Yeah, and he shows him how the cemetery looks like. Come to this and this grave and say one Perek Tehillim. I beg you, one Perek Tehillim. And he wakes up. Says to his friend, listen, I got this type of dream. Usually dreams we're not supposed to give so much importance. But I don't know. I mean, it's weird. I don't know the guy. I never saw him in my life. And come to say a Perek Tehillim, you know what? According to the plan, we're supposed to pass next to it. Ma echpat? They decide to pass next to that cemetery. And he sees exactly the same vision that he saw in his dream. The same exact entrance to the cemetery. He gets inside, he remembers how the grave looked. He sees what's written in the grave. A Jew that passed away 203 years ago. When he came back, he says, I don't know why this tzaddik, this person came up to my dream. One thing I understood. What one perek of Tehillim Leilui Nishmat can make. We don't understand. What is one word of Torah can elevate the neshama of a person. Even of a person that passed away hundreds of years. Can elevate the neshama. Kol sheken, more and more, when the family members are the ones that are saying Pesukim and Berachot, and the Seudah, every single Dvar Torah that a person takes, Dvar Kedusha, elevates the neshama that the person passed away. It's very hard, and mamash kashe meod. I was looking yesterday. I had to look for, around Florida, few synagogues and shuls. It's very sad to see how many places those reforms and conservative and the stuff, they build up all around, only Florida. Terrible. And then you think about all those Jews that are going there and they have no clue. What is Judaism? So I'm not saying that I'm not coming to talk nice about the reforms and conservative, not at all. But I'm coming to try to think about all those people that without knowing, they're going to those places, and it's just because they have no idea what is Judaism. And when we have a chance to give a little bit of Torah out, you have no idea what you can change. You have family members, they're far, and you invite them for Shabbatot. Every single Shabbat, you invite him and come. You will never know which type of change you can do. The Aftara of this week's parasha is telling us something a little bit similar. Listen carefully. The Aftara is talking about Iftach HaGiladi. Chachamim are saying, Iftach bedoro keshmuel bedoro. Iftach, in his generation, he was as big as Shmuel HaNavi was in his generation. What's the story of this fellow, Iftach? What happened? So we have a Not very happy story at the end, but we have an amazing story at the beginning. Listen. Iftach, his father was from one tribe, and his mother was from another tribe. Back then, it was worse than the Syrian. Back then, if the man was getting married to a lady from another tribe, okay, the kids that were getting born from that marriage, they will not have any Yerusha, any heritage. Not from the father's side and not from the mother's side. Back then, every single tribe was supposed to get married to the same family. There was halachic issues as well. We're not going to enter to that. Iftach, his father, got married to a lady. And then he got married to another lady. The second lady that he got married was a lady from another tribe. And he was born. When his father passed away, he wanted to get some married. They throw him out. He went to the tribe of his mother. No. Your mother went to that tribe. He went to the mother to the tribe of the father. And they said the same thing. And he got so upset that all his brothers, they got lands and territories and everything. And he got zero. Nothing. Rabotai, what Iftach do? Unbelievable. Iftach was a regular, simple man. Iftach, when he saw how the brothers are throwing him out, imagine the feeling. You're being alone. Iftach decides to go outside Eretz Israel to the border, to a place that was called Tov. And in that place there was no chiyuv of Trumot or Maasrot, because that applies only inside Eretz Israel. And there is no obligation to go 3 times a year to the Beit HaMikdash, 3 pamim b'shana. No need. Why? Because again, you live outside Eretz Israel. Now listen carefully. Iftach had his people, gangsters, people that they're not. And he had the power to use those people and to show his brothers that they're not supposed to mess with him. And instead of doing that, instead of bringing mahloket, instead of doing something negative, what he decides to do, to go to this place, Tov, like I mentioned before, and to do everything, to forgive his brothers, but at the same time, not to come into a contact with them, because he knew that the day that he will see them, Bar Minan, he can react in a way that it's not good. That's why he didn't want it to go to the Beit HaMikdash three times a year. You know what's the end of the story of Iftach? Iftach, when the Goyim came up to control Am Yisrael, they were in a very hard position. And they knew that there is only one man, one tzaddik. They came up to Iftach, the brothers. And they come to Iftach, the Zakenim, and the brothers, and they beg him, Iftach, please come with us, we need you. He said, now you remember me? All those years you throw me like I'm nothing, now you remember me? Listen, what was the answer of the Zakenim? They said, yes, because we throw you. And because you were able to control yourself for those years, without reacting and without sending any type of gangsters and making fights. Because of that, now we need you, because you're tzaddik. Say Chachamim, sometimes a person can get Olam Haba in 1 minute. Depends if at that moment you're ready to take down your own interest for Borei Olam. That's an amazing thing. That's why there is such a connection in between parasha of this week and the Haftarah. Because the parasha from one hand says, Moshe, you didn't trust on Am Yisrael 100%. You got the punishment. The Haftarah says, what one Jew that you think that is nothing, that you think that is an outsider, can make such a huge difference by controlling himself. Talk to the Seder. Talk to the hard rock, hard heart that your friend is having. And by talking, you're going to be able to see how water can come out. Just want to finish. with a very short story that happened. Years ago, there was a Jew that he was having a very hard time in yeshiva. From the moment that he got inside the yeshiva, he didn't feel the connection. He wasn't learning correctly. He was feeling so lonely and so not connected. A few months passed and he saw himself, listen, I have no chance. This is not built for me. He decided that until the end of the week, he had no friends, I'm saying. Was a very big yeshiva. In Israel you can go to yeshivot. You have 800 boys, 1,000 boys, one yeshiva. You get there, you get lost. No one knows you, nothing. He says he gets to the yeshiva, he have no support of any boy, any rabbi. He says, if until Sunday nothing will change, I'm leaving yeshiva. I'm not going to any other yeshiva. I'm going just, Halas. He says that on Shabbat, Shabbat is, they say Kabbalat Shabbat and Arvit. And after they finish Arvit, there is a custom that all the boys of the yeshiva, they stand in a line to say Shabbat Shalom to the rabbis. Rosh Yeshiva, Mashgiach, Rabbanim. All of the people are waiting in the line, and every single boy, he said, my last Shabbat, I will say Shabbat Shalom. He stands, and the line continue going, and all of a sudden he feels a hand in his shoulder. Turns, and the guy behind him looks at him and he says, you look new over here. Are you new? And all the chaos that he had inside. What new? I'm already 6 months over here. No one say hello to me. No one know nothing. The other boy felt so bad and he said, I'm very sorry. I really didn't even realize, I'm in another type of shiur the shiur that you are. And I'm so sorry that you're feeling that way. Please, I beg you. Because I'm already a few years in the yeshiva, I have a very special room. We have Onyx Shabbat in our room with our friends and stuff. I want to invite you. Please come tonight. I said, no, I'm not. Please, I beg you, come. And this guy pushed him to the Onyx Shabbat. They were sitting in the Onyx Shabbat, and he gave a lot of attention to this boy. Next morning, he told him, please, after Shaharit, we're going to learn a little bit. I want to take you to some places around the area, amazing places that you don't know. And he took him around. He said, this boy saved my Judaism. One Shabbat, one smile, by showing someone else that he cares about him, you can change a person 180 degrees. Rabotai, we see people around us. We have to ask ourselves, this guy is a new guy? First time that it comes? I told you. I had, and Baruch Hashem, we're trying all the time, having so many visitors, it's not easy. Yeah? But we're trying. But happened. One man came up, he was here a whole month and a half. And before he went back, he came up to me and he told me, Rabbi, I'm very upset at you. What I did? I'm sorry, what? He says, Rabbi, I am already 1.5 months over here. I didn't get one aliyah. I didn't get one attend. Nothing. So obviously I apologized and I said, listen, I'm not the in charge of the aliyah, but it's wrong. It's wrong. Each one of us, don't say because he's a rabbi or he's the shamash. No. Each one of us is obligated to see who is his surrounding. And throughout looking, one good word, you can change everything. One bad word, lo alenu, can make the other result. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi